Assalamualaikum, a very good day. Today we will learn about Module 11 Part J regarding of replacement analysis to help us to make decision making on the engineering economics. What exactly is replacement analysis? Uh, it is an analysis which is important when the production cost is increased due to one drop of efficiency, change of needs, or due to technology obsolete, okay, relative to time. All right, we have our machinery, but our machinery become older, and we want to see what happen if, okay, if we have a new one, or if we have an option to buy a new one, replace it, because as a result, operation and maintenance costs for the older machine will become inclined every year. This replacement analysis is about the ownership value become increase or market value drop, right? Hence, it is important to have a comparison of existing operation such as this to be challenged by the availability of a new option. Okay, let's see an example of replacement analysis. A van was used as transportation of goods from Bandar Pekan to Kuantan. All right, the van was purchased 60,000. All right, and can be salvaged for 8,000 after 12 years of usage. All right, after 12 years of usage. However, after 2 years, all right, after 2 years, the business looked bad and not much opportunity occur. All right, the van price was depreciated to 42,000. All right, 42,000. With a maintenance cost of 12,000 yearly. All right, 12,000 yearly. You insist on an option such as renting a van. Okay, there is no purchasing and also there is no service value cost, but an operation and maintenance cost of 9,000 and 14,000 respectively instead of owning one. So make a decision based on interest of 12%. Let's see the solution. Okay, after we having our cash flow diagram, what we need to do now is to use EUAC, equivalent uniform annual cost, to make the calculation. All right, we having our case here today, okay, at year second there. So this will become our defender here, DS, our defender here. All right, so we calculate first. 42,000 is the present value of our van today after second year. All right, because we calculate this as EUAC, so this 42,000 is in the form of P, so we need to calculate. All right, finding A when we knew the P. So what it is here 42,000. Okay, finding A when we knew the P at 12%. Okay, for 10 years, and then minus 12 for the ownership cost. Okay, and then we can salvage it for 8,000 after 10 years. Okay, why 10 years? Because this is happened at second year. All right, minus the 12, so that we will have 10 years in total. So this 8,000 is our value at future. So we need to transform it to become finding A when we know the F, because we calculate all this equivalent to EU EC. So 8,000 multiplied by finding A when we know the F, alright, at 12% at year 10. So we will see that our EUAC for the defender here is equivalent to negative 18.9. Alright, and then after that, we will calculate the challenger value. Okay, challenger value is in the form of A, so there is no need to replace it to become whatever value already in A value. So we take this value to become our EUEC of C. Okay, minus 9 deduct to minus 14, so we got in total minus 23. Alright, if we compare between EUAC for C challenger and EUAC for D defender, we will see that the EUAC of D is lesser to C. So we will select defender as our option. Right? Once we got this, we see that it is better for us to maintain the ownership. Alright? Let's see the second example of this replacement analysis. A used tractor was proposed with a zero down payment scheme. However, the seller requires the buyer to make a consistent payment of 5,000, alright, for 5 years to maintain its condition. Furthermore, there is no salvage value at the end of the deal. Before the agreement was signed, another vendor offered a comparable tractor which can be purchased at 25,000, alright, with a maintenance cost of 720 for 12 years. And this new tractor can be salvaged, okay, by its depreciation value up until 3.8 thousand, okay, after 12 years. So we need to make a decision based on high interest rates of 10%. Let's see the solution. So once we having the cash flow diagram, we will use EUAC, okay, uh, equivalent uniform annual cost to make our calculations. All right, the EUAC for D is straightforward. All right, 5,000. This is in the form of A per annum, equivalent to negative 5,000, and then we calculate EUAC for C challenger. All right, we have this initial cost of 25,000, okay, in the form of P, but because we use EUAC method as our calculation, so this P we need to change it, transfer it to become finding A when you know the P. So the 25,000, okay, we need to multiply by finding A, all right, when you know the P for 10%, all right, for 12 years, all right, 12 years here, all right, and then we have the operation or maintenance cost here 0.72, and then after 12 years this challenger can be salvaged up until 3.8 thousand, because this 3.8 thousand is in the future value. We want our calculation in EUAC per annum value. So we need to transfer the future value to become finding A when you know the F. So 3.8 must multiply by finding A when you know the F at 10% for 12 years. Alright, this value we need to take it from the compound interest table. Alright, so once we compile all the data for the UAC of Challenger, we will see that the Challenger here will having negative 4.212. Alright, we compare UEC for C, okay, to D. We'll see that UEC for C is lesser, okay, lesser compared to Defender. So we will select Challenger as our preferred option. The Challenger expenditure is also consistently low for 12 years, right? For 12 years instead of this 5,000, okay, instead of 5 years proposed by the first proposal. However, if the management make a new decision to review each proposal in 5 years time, the calculation will become as EUAC for C is equivalent to 25,000 multiplied by finding A when you know the P, okay, because this 25,000 is P, we want to find finding A when you know the P, alright, minus 0.72, 0.72, this is in the form of A, no need to transfer it, and then plus 3.8, okay, this is our F, okay, so we need to transfer it to become finding A when you know the F, okay, in 5 years time. All right, remember, in 5 years time instead of 12 years previously. All right, and then once we get the data from the compound interest table, we will see that the EUAC value for Challenger is negative 6.693, and then if you compare to the previous uh, value of Defender, we will see that the cost of EUAC for C is more compared to the D, which shows the Challenger expenditure is more compared to Defender. Right? So Defender would become a better option in a short time interval. Alright? It means that shorter time comparison will have affected the whole decision making. Alright? We need to remember this. Okay, let's see the example number 3. We have an asset consists of core making, melting furnace, gravity die casting machinery, post-process finishing and repair shop, which was used more than 5 years to produce an automotive part. After a new life cycle of automotive variant emerged, there is a need to consider a new assembly line focusing on the recent model variant. So this situation occur because the current automotive platform is less viable and less competitive comparatively. However, there is possibility the current assembly line may still contribute by supplying its parts as original equipment manufacturer (OEM) or as a supplier for the third country industrial parts with MARR of 18%. So make a decision based on the given data. If we still maintain the current asset, okay, we identify it as Defender, there is possible replacement. Either we use Challenger 1 or Challenger 2. Okay, there is no first cost for the defender. Okay, zero cost. All right, and also there is also no trade-in. Okay, if we still maintain using the defender. All right, for this current asset defender, if we say that we still want to use it, the annual cost will become 3,000. Okay, to maintain it, and then after 5 years of usage, we can salvage it for 0.5 thousand. Okay, this is only for the defender or current asset that we have now. If we would like to replace it with the challenger number one, all right, so the first cost to buy it is 10,000. Okay, however, if we use this, we will get back our money in the form of trade-in. Okay, trade-in of our defender. Okay, we will getting pay for 3.5 thousand. So all these two, we need to total it up. All right, and then the annual cost to maintain this changer one is 1.5 thousand yearly, and there is possibility of salvage value after 5 years for 1,000. Okay, and then for the challenger 2, if you want to buy it, we need to pay for 18,000. All right, and if we buy this, okay, the supplier will buy back our current asset for 2.5 thousand. Okay, so we need to total this up, and then if we use this challenger 2, the annual cost will be 1.2 thousand, and we also having a 7 value of 0.5 thousand after 5 years. Okay, once we're having the cash flow diagram, what we need to do now is to calculate, okay, the replacement analysis. Okay, for this replacement analysis, we will use the EUAC to make the calculation. All right, so first thing is for the defender here. All right, this 3,000 here is in the per annum form, so we calculate directly. Okay, negative 3,000 here, and then we also having the salvage value of 0.5. This is in the form of future F here, so we need to convert it to become per annum. We call it as finding A when you know the F. Alright, so 0.5 multiplied by finding A when you know the F at 80% of interest rates and 5 years. So we need to open the compound interest table to find out the 18% value. Okay, from the compound interest table, we will see that the value will become 0.1398, and we calculate all those value. We will see that for EUAC of defender, the value will become negative 2.9, and then we will calculate the next challenger. We call those as challenger number one. All right, we total the negative 10,000. All right, minus the negative 3.5 thousand. All right, and then this is in the form of P. Okay, this guy here in this is in the form of P, so we need to transfer it to become in the form of A, because we calculate the replacement analysis in the form of EUAC, so we call those as finding A when you know the P here. Okay, and then we multiple to the total of negative 10 minus the negative 3.5 thousand here. All right, multiple by finding A when you know the P for 18% of interest rate at 5 years. Okay, and then we calculate directly. This is 1.5 in the form of A. All right, no need to transform it because they are already in the form of per annum. However, this 1000 here, this is in the form of F in the future value. Okay, because it will happen only after 5 years. All right, so we need to transform it to become finding A when you know the F. Okay, here. All right, multiply by 1. So if we calculate all the value that we transform, and then we also take the value from the compound interest table for 18%, we'll see that for the challenger number 1, the EUAC, the value will become negative 3.4. And then after that, we will calculate for the challenger number 2. Okay, we have the first value here. This value is in the form of P, present value here, because it happened at the year 0. Okay, so we total it up. Okay, total it up, and then we'll see that we will got a new value here. Because this is in the form of P value, we need to transform it to become A value, because we calculate in the UAC. We call those as finding A when you know the P. Okay, here. Alright, and then minus 1.2. Okay, 1.2. This is in the form of A. No need to transform it again. So we just use the value here. Okay, and then we have another value. Yeah, this is happen in the future after 5 years. Okay, we call those as future here, F. So we need to transform it to become UAC in the form of A. So we call those as finding A when you know the F here. Alright, while you're having this, and then we calculate the UAC for the challenger number 2, and then we'll see that the value for the UAC challenger number 2 is negative 6.087. Okay, if we compare between the defender challenger number 1 and challenger number 2, we will see that the EUAC for the defender is much lesser compared to the challenger number 1 and challenger number 2. So we select defender as our preferred option. Okay, we reject challenger number 1 and also challenger number 2. Okay, we maintain the defender, the current asset that we have now. So in conclusion, it is important to have a comparison of existing operations to be challenged by the availability of a new option. Thank you.